My name is Lauren Nignon. When we learn from each other and blend energy to create something totally new that is more than the sum of its parts, that's called emergence. I help create collaborative work cultures that make a fertile ground for emergence to happen. I believe that there's no correct way to collaborate. People have different learning styles, diverse competencies, and particular traumas, and these people come together to form groups that are totally unique. When we build collaboration methods that are tailored to this uniqueness, it's a whole lot more powerful than any commercialized cookie cutter methodology. There have been some major advancements in neuroscience that give us new insights into the human mind in the context of collaboration. Sometimes what keeps us from adopting more powerful ways of working together are the cultural norms in professional culture. So norms are unwritten but really, really powerful rules that govern how we interact socially. Most business norms are centered around really rigid power hierarchies, embedded prejudices that favor the powerful, and business incentives that encourage the hoarding of knowledge. Collective intelligence principles usually clash directly with this kind of culture, and that's where someone like me comes in. My expertise lies in social innovation, which involves making the cultural changes necessary to increase organizational intelligence. My social processes prime the environment for deep and long-lasting business innovation. I have a long history in facilitating cross-cultural communication, and I've built on that by developing research-backed processes for achieving higher collective intelligence. So I don't tell you how to run your business. I help transform your culture in ways that attract minimal resistance. So first, I've developed deep listening processes that tease out each person's mental model. So this isn't what we see in front of us, but the metaphors in the back of our head that help us make sense of the world. And these processes make it easier for people to talk with one another using another person's frame of reference instead of our own. So when you try to talk to people using your metaphor and they have different ones, you're never going to get anywhere. Deep listening processes like this increase the signal to noise ratio and create deeper coherence within a group. Second, I facilitate processes that boost organizational wisdom. Wisdom is different from intelligence because it is contextual knowledge and contributes to hindsight, foresight, and resilience. So on one hand, it involves creating knowledge repositories that are way more alive and interesting. And on the other, it necessitates that the most essential knowledge actually gets into people's working memories in our heads, generally through something called pattern language. My third area of expertise is creating spaces that encourage diversity, including racial, cultural, gender, and neurodiversity. When we truly embrace diversity, our organizations become incredibly intelligent and we immediately increase our foresight. When we identify and release each person's superpowers, we can create exponentially smarter environments where diversity acts as a fuel rather than as a brake to group effectiveness. So my methods are not just based on educating people so they aren't jerks, but figuring how to draw upon each person's special abilities that may lie untapped because of fear. So fourth, I facilitate appreciation circles in which each participant receives praise from others in the group, which are then turned into edited videos. Generally, I found that people are often shockingly unaware of their own unique talents, and especially the talents that come the easiest and most naturally. The appreciation circles not only feel good, but they give people an incredible amount of insight into themselves. So it also moves a lot of implicit information into the explicit. It makes the group as a whole more self-aware. The fifth area of my expertise lies in ethics. There's so many resources on ethical leadership, but no one seems to be talking about ethical followership. From childhood on, people, and when I say people, that means especially women and people of color, are generally taught unquestioning compliance. This can be a really big problem for organizations when they have inadvertently hired unscrupulous leaders. So some people in high positions present really well to their superiors, but are very unethical or abusive to the people who work under them. So I'm really enthusiastic about leading intelligent disobedience processes for organizations so that each employee is empowered to stand up when their rights are violated and they're asked to do something that they know is wrong. Ethics is a huge part of creating a wise, sustainable, and non-toxic organization, and it's not just for leaders. 6, and finally, I develop processes to aid network intelligence. This involves finding ways to increase the speed in which great ideas are able to spread in a network. This is called innovation diffusion. In highly innovative environments with a lot of emergence, there seem to be new trends that develop simultaneously that might not be able to find each other because they're using different words to describe the same thing. So that means that I work on solving the problem of matching things that might not have existing database categories. This is called discoverability. So if your organization is struggling with issues that have to do with complexity, when you don't even know really what the problem is, but are feeling a sense of overwhelm, that's where I can help. So please call me for a consultation.